Coming up on today's show, it's getting near the end of summer, but we have several fun ideas to wrap up the season before the leaves start to turn. And with the turning leaves, that means school is about to start. So from kindergarten to college, we have you covered. Finally, in our Out and About at Night segment, we're at On the Rocks, hanging out with Fat Mike of Capital Sound. Don't touch that remote. Stay tuned. Equestrian Center, located in Hilliard, offers horse boarding, English and Western riding lessons, as well as day camps, 4-H programs, and more. Owner Linda Dare met with Out and About Columbus to tell us about all the fun activities at the center.
At Dare Equestrian Center, we try to provide a safe environment and well-trained horses, and I teach people, children through adults, to ride horses and care for them. A lot of my students came today to ride a little bit and show you what they learned. Some are riding English, some are riding Western. Some of the students that are riding are on my equestrian team. We have equestrian teams too, high school and middle school teams that are part of the Interscholastic Equestrian Association. First of all, it's really good exercise. The horses and the children have a relationship together, or anyone with a horse has a relationship together. They learn to care for an animal, they learn to be safe around the animals, and they learn to ride. Some of them go on to show horses, some just want to do it as recreation and they go trail riding. I have people that come to ride here to learn to ride so that one day they can own and ride their own horse and have their own horse at home. I've been doing this for about 47 years. And the facility's been here for about 32 years. Guests can experience a nice, safe, clean facility. All of the horses are well-trained, retired show horses. They're all American quarter horses. They come in different shapes and sizes, so we have a little bit of everything. So for the smaller children, I start at age 5. We have some smaller horses, and then we have bigger, taller horses to carry larger people. The oldest student I have right now is 65, and the youngest is 5. Always teaching all the students horse safety, how to be safe around the animals. We don't have a lot of horses running off or bucking or people getting hurt. It's all about safety and learning to truly care for the horses and have an enjoyable experience. We have a website, and it's dareequestriancenter.com. And you can reach us by phone at 614-580-2758.
Tired of all the same boring games at cookouts and tailgates? Flimsy is taking the best of all of your favorite backyard games and putting them into one fun and entertaining game that can be played anywhere. John Malley and Todd Teisland told us more about the game and how you can get your own set.
You know, you come out, you play Flimsy, you find something new. You're going to play a game that you've probably never heard of before. Though there's people been playing disc games for a lot of years, throwing frisbees at different things, Flimsy kind of takes the best of everything and pulls it into a game that, we believe to be, the most fun I've ever had playing a long game. And, that's the kind of response that we've gotten from people that we've shown it to, and people love it, and we just keep being able to provide it. You'll see a little Flimsy going on here at Woodlands right now. Clean through the sticks, you're going to get 2 points. Bounce a cup to the ground, you get 1. The catch with Flimsy is catching the cup. People are attempting to catch the cup as the disc hits it. So if you catch the cup before it hits the ground, you're going to defend and keep the other team from scoring. So that's what makes it different from a lot of games, is it kind of gets pretty intense in terms of playing defense and making sure that the other team doesn't score. So what makes flimsy different is the offense and defense. You know, it's got the aspect of accuracy where you're trying to get the disc clean through the sticks for 2 points, or you're trying to knock a cup off the stick and blow it over the other team's shoulders. However, if they're able to catch it before it hits the ground, then they keep you from scoring.
Well, the history to me is interesting because my partner John believed that in 2008 he invented this game and started it. But for me, as a longtime ultimate frisbee player, we've been playing this as a do-it-yourself sideline game forever, basically. I mean, better than 25 years. And so when he and I met, he was like, hey, I invented this game. And my first thought was like, hey, you stole our game. And my second thought was like, that's a really good idea. And the game itself, we're just trying to evolve it and perfect it. So we've got safe, better equipment. We've got cups that don't smash. We've got sticks that won't poke you in the eye. And we've got bases. We're just trying to evolve and perfect the game that has been a do-it-yourself game for a long time.
We've always directed people to flimsy.com. So we've predominantly been an online business, and we just keep people, going to the website, sharing it with their friends, and it's been a word of mouth exposure situation where people play it, they like it, they share it, take it to parties, and it's grown from there.
Whether you're an experienced artist or you've never picked up a paintbrush, Marcies Playground is the place to come where you can create your own unique, beautiful masterpiece. Mary Jo told me of some of the events coming up and techniques you can learn. So Mary Jo, tell us exactly what Marcies Playground is all about.
Marcies Playground is a paint-your-own pottery studio. We have pre-fired bisque in a variety of pieces, from dogs and cats to plates and mugs. And people can come in and create their own special item with our glazes in the back. And then we fire them, and they have a beautiful finished product.
Now, can just anybody come off the street and make something, or do you have to call in advance? Tell us how that works.
Sure. Most of our people come in, there's no appointment necessary, so you can come in any time that we're here. You do want to allow at least an hour for the time. So if you come in like 10 minutes before we're going to close, you're probably not going to have enough time to finish your piece. We do take reservations for larger groups, for birthday parties, for any event where you want to secure that you have enough space. But most of the time people just come in, whenever they're ready.
Now, you mentioned birthday parties, but what other kinds of small gatherings or large gatherings do you do?
Well, we've had baby showers, we've had wedding showers, we've had bachelorette parties. We have basically anybody who wants to get together, and have some fun. Generally, those groups are ladies, young females or young adults. Boys, per se, that we usually find those in our birthday parties. We haven't had any men's events. Although we do have a lot of dads who come in and paint with their children, and they do great work. It's just amazing. They end up being more into it than the child was. From September through May, we do a Mom and Me. And Mom and Me is the second Monday of each month at 10 o'clock. We do items like this, where we have a story, we have a theme, we make handprint on something, and the kids have a lot of fun.
Do you have a website, and where's your address?
Sure. Our website is Marcies Playground. Make sure you say clay, not play. Playground.com. We have a fabulous website. They'll give you a lot of information. We're located at 9842 Brewster Lane, which is in the Kroger Plaza at the corner of Sawmill and Powell Roads.
Mintonette Sports works to provide the best volleyball training in Central Ohio. The staff teaches not only the skills of the game of volleyball, but also the personal attributes of leadership, a strong work ethic, responsibility, discipline, and commitment. We learned more about this fantastic athletic facility from Stephanie Greenship.
This is Mintonette Sports. We're a volleyball club. We have regional teams and we have national teams that travel all over the country. We were founded in 2006 by Max Miller. He's currently the director here still. So he runs the show. And we teach and train volleyball to area girls every day. We have anywhere from 8-year-olds all the way up to college kids that will train with us through lessons, in small groups and camps. And then as far as our competition teams, we have 10-year-olds all the way up to seniors in high school. Tonight we have a middle school camp, so we invite anybody can sign up and come to our camp, and then we have alumni who actually play for the club help coach the camp. We just specialize in volleyball technique, And we also are known for our discipline in those techniques. So a lot of people come here just to get practice on single skills. So passing, setting, attacking. And then we also do small groups where we just teach ball control and ball handling so that they can better their skills for when they're with their team. This would be a great opportunity. We even have something called junior mints for younger girls who have never played in an organized setting. They can come do junior mints first as, you know, a 4th grader, 5th, 6th grader, and learn the game. And then if they really like it and they're really excelling at it, then maybe they can try out for a team the following season. Well, actually, when the girls come and play for us, around the 15 or 16 age group is really when college coaches start scouting. So all the prep we do from 10 years old all the way up to that 15 and 16, those fundamental skills we're teaching them are to prepare them to showcase their skills to college coaches. And then from then forward, as they grow older, we're preparing them by really putting them through rigorous practices and teaching them how to be a teammate, how to be a young woman, how to be a leader, and most of all, how to be successful at that next level. And college coaches really seem to appreciate that. www.mentonettesports.com is our website. We really communicate thoroughly through that website for all members of the club.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. ONAColumbus.com. For the latest information about the show and exclusive behind-the-scenes content, follow us on Twitter. That's at ONACBus or twitter.com/ONACBus. There's really nothing like the feeling of an adrenaline rush, and no better place to get that feeling than at Ohio Skydiving Center in Carroll. Whether you are an experienced jumper or even if you have never jumped before, Ohio Skydiving Center makes it easy to have that experience. Shannon Dillman told us how you can get into the sky today.
We skydive. We take people up on tandems, so their first time, second time. We also do a lot with training people that want to jump by themselves, so we do a lot here. So if it's your first time skydiving, we come in, you have some short paperwork to fill out, you know, just get some signatures on there. Depending on the weather, you could get up as quickly as 15 minutes of getting in here, or it could be a couple of hours, but then we'll start training you. It's a short training, maybe about 10 minutes. We get you all suited up with all of your gear on you. Then we tell you how to exit the plane, tell you what you need to do, and then it's just off in the plane and you go up. 20 minutes later, you're out of the plane and skydiving. Now, all of our tandems, we jump out at about 10,000 feet, 10,500, so you're about 2 miles above the earth for that. If you're a fun jumper, so if you're an experienced jumper, you can do 2 different types of jumps here at Ohio Skydiving Center. You can do what we call full altitude, which is at the 10,000 plus, or you can do a hop and pop, where you're jumping out at 4,000 feet and pretty much immediately pulling your pilot chute. So it's a lot of practice canopy flight. So those are our 2 different levels, but tandems just go 10,000 feet. We're limited to our plane size, so we have 2 different types of planes. Our C-182, we can take 2 tandems out of that, or 4 fun jumpers. Our larger plane, which is the one I'm standing right in front of, we can take out 3 sets of tandems, or 6 fun jumpers, or kind of any combination in between, totaling about 6 people. It seems like it's going to be really scary, especially the first time you jump out and you're the only one in control of your chute. But the training here is incredible. So while I thought that I was going to be scared, absolutely not. It's just amazing. We have so many qualified instructors here that you just know exactly what you need to do. You know your emergency procedures, you know your landing procedures. Super easy to get in touch with us. We have our website is www.ohioskydivingcenter.com. All of our reservations can be done online. You'll see exactly what's open. Generally Saturdays and Sundays, starting at 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m. Sometimes we go a little later.
Well, you know, even though the summer's winding down, it's always a great time to enjoy a first-run movie. Well, why not incorporate great food and drink with it? We talked to John Elliott, the area manager for Arena Grand Studio Movie Grill.
Coming out.
This is just such a beautiful concept in the downtown. And of course, the downtown's growing so much. Tell us how this varies from some of the other type theaters in town.
Well, I'll tell you the biggest difference, Mike, is that we are an all-reserve seating theater. So instead of having to come out on a Friday or Saturday night and get in line and waste time, you can buy your tickets online. It's just like going to a Blue Jackets or a Clippers game. You'll know exactly where your seats are. That way you can show up 10 minutes before your movie and your seats are there. You don't have to worry about saving seats or fighting over seats. So that's one of the big differences. And the other thing is we are a restaurant inside the theater. So once you sit down in your chair, there's a button to push on the table. Grill. Servers will come in and take your order. You've got an American Grill menu with several different items to choose from. We've got a full bar, and all that's brought to you right there at your seat.
You're looking at the bar, and it looks like some of the finest nightclubs in Columbus. Is this all part of the renovation you guys did?
Yes, it is. In fact, this is our brand. This is what we do at all of our theaters. We like to have a nice, comfortable place for people to come before their movie, sit down and have a drink if they would like. It's also a great thing, too, if you're coming down for a Blue Jackets game or a Clippers game, you can stop in here, have food, and have a drink before you go to the game and not even have to see a movie if that's what you choose to do.
This concept's been tried, but with second-run movies, if you will, or at the end of their life. That's not what's here, right?
No, we're first-run movies. In fact, Studio Movie Grill was the first cinema eatery in the country to show first-run movies. In 2004, Sony gave us Waterboy, and we were able to show that before any other cinema eatery in the country. So all first-run movies, you can come see your favorite new movie that's coming out, and occasionally we get some independent releases. This weekend we've got Chef coming out, which was a limited release movie.
We're at Studio Movie Grill. You have other events as well, right?
Sure we do. In fact, we're a perfect place for you to have, whether it's a family birthday party or if you've got a company and you want to have outings. We have a special events department that puts together great events for team building. We can show meetings. We can have meetings for you.
How do we get more information? How do we make reservations online for those seats?
Sure, yeah. You can go to studiomoviegrill.com. You can reserve your seats in advance. We have show times, up sometimes for the next month of new movies that are coming out.
At Imagine Schools, success means developing character and enriching minds as they graduate students well prepared for college, career, and life. Jennifer Keller and Dare Foster gave us insight to the approach to education at Imagine Schools.
At Imagine Schools, we believe it's not only important to meet the state's expectations, but to watch a child grow and learn and celebrate the growth that they can do throughout the year. We have a student that came to us in third grade reading around 40 words per minute. Typically, we like to see third graders entering around 90 to 110 words per minute. And this student, by the end of the year, was reading 110 words per minute and just really excited about reading. Imagine Schools is the first choice for tuition-free education for more than 3,000 Columbus families. We have 6 convenient locations. This year we are celebrating our 10th anniversary, so we have a proven track record of successfully partnering with parents and educating their children. In Ohio, we serve more than 6,000 families, and nationwide we serve and educate more than 36,000 students. We encourage families to take a tour of their neighborhood campus and meet some of our staff and learn more about Imagine Schools.
At Imagine Schools, we believe it's important to develop the character and enrich the mind of all the students that we serve. We had a single mom who came in to enroll her second grade daughter in our school. The mom had a little bit of concern because the daughter had some issues with bullying at her last school. But once the end of the year came around, because we teach character education in every classroom and we infuse it every day, this child is now thriving. She trusts her teachers, she trusts her friends, and she's doing very well. At Imagine, we believe a well-rounded education includes not only things like gym, art, Spanish, and technology, but includes character education. And it's a part of every child's day, and this helps develop the whole child academically and emotionally.
Well, just a few weeks, college is going to be starting back up, and one of the biggest expenses, of course, are those textbooks. Well, if you're looking for a great deal on textbooks, used or new, and the possibility of renting them, we learned all about that from the Student Book Exchange and Jay Trent. Well, the college starting up here in a few weeks, Jay. People are looking to get those, the students are looking to get those books, and this is a place to come and get it taken care of, right?
That's right. I think if you look at our selection of especially used books, we've got the best selection of used books in the campus area. And we also offer books for rent, which reduces cost immensely for the student.
I mean, when you look at the cost of books, and then, of course, used, it's a little bit less, but it's amazingly cheap comparatively to rent.
Right, it is, especially out of pocket. You can be looking up to 55% savings when you're renting a used book.
I know you are the big Under Armour dealer in town, so let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, we're the biggest Under Armour dealer in the University District. We just added Under Armour last fall. It's caught on pretty well here, and we've got a nice selection for both men and women.
Needless to say, not only do you have the Under Armour stuff, but what a great selection of sweatshirts, T-shirts, all the OSU memorabilia you'd want.
That's right. We think we've got it covered from A to Z in terms of giftware, souvenirs for the fan and alumni students. We carry a nice selection both for men and women. We carry unisex for both men and women. We have fleece and
a lot of fan memorabilia over here on the wall.
We have a lot of fan memorabilia, that's correct, and we're expanding that is for this year, that's for sure.
How do we learn more about Student Book Exchange for students coming back? They can get online, I assume. You got a website?
We do. We have a new and improved website, actually.
That's good.
Yes, they can go to www.sbx-osu.com.
If you've missed any of today's show, you can watch it online anytime. onacolumbus.com. Stay up to date with all the latest news, events, and information from Out and About Columbus by liking us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Out and About Columbus.
Another day of living. I just want to celebrate. Another day of
From the King of Soul, Mr. James Brown, to the pounding rock of AC/DC and everything in between, Capitol Sound plays all the best music with the style and flair that is theirs alone. I learned more about Capitol Sound from their frontman, Fat Mike.
This is one of my favorite groups. I love coming out here and you guys. The range of music that you play is just incredible.
Well, first, thanks for the compliment. We're always glad to have people come out and see us. We've been a local Columbus band for about 9 years now. We started out in 2005 playing at local clubs. We do soul, funk, classic rock, R&B. We're all covers, but we play a lot of music, get you up and dancing.
Now, did this group all start out together as we see it today, or has this kind of gotten added to?
No, there's been a lot of evolution. The four kind of founding members that are left are myself, Brian Moore, our guitarist, Tyler Dunham, our drummer, and Mark Cullison, our keyboard player. We've switched out horn players over the last 9 years. We've just recently added Talisha Holmes, our female vocalist, who's amazing, knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, it's incredible. Who's your audience? Who comes out to see Capital City Sound?
Everybody comes out to see Capitol Sound. We have done the Creekside Gehenna Blues and Jazz Festival for several years. We've got fans that are itty-bitty. We've got fans that are in their 70s and 80s. And, they have a good time when they come out. It's music that's unoffensive.
I think one of the things you don't see much in bands anymore is the horns. And I think that really sets you apart from the rest of what's out there.
We have an amazing horn section. John Gliadis, we've got Dustin Keith on the baritone, and we've got William Bell on our saxophone, and they really add a different dimension to the music. And there are songs that we take that don't have horns in them, and we'll work out a chart, we'll throw it in there, give it a unique twist, and just like with Pride and Joy, it's an awesome tune to have horns backing you up on.
Tell us where we get a calendar of events and where you're playing and all that good stuff.
Our official band website is capitalsoundband.com. You can also find us on Facebook, like us there. You can follow us on Twitter. We're all over the internet and always looking to meet new fans.
Well, if you're looking to get that long, lean look, Pure Barre, with 3 locations in Columbus, can help you achieve your fitness goals. Emily told me how just a few short classes can bring you the results you're looking for. For someone who comes in here for the first time, what are they going to experience?
So right when they come in, they'll of course see a smiling face at the front desk, and we'll be able to help them out with getting ready for class. So at the time of your first class, you're going to want a pair of socks. That's what we wear in the studio. And then we'll head on in, we'll grab some equipment. We only use light hand weights, a ball, a band, and a mat, and we'll get you all set up for class. So you just want to know that Pure Barre is very different from other methods, and it is very challenging, but it is very different. So you want to give yourself a few classes to really understand the technique and give you a chance to really grasp it.
So if I don't have good coordination or am not really good at memorizing like steps and stuff, I can still do this?
Yeah, anyone can do Pure Barre. Honestly, as long as you can hold on to a ballet bar, you can do Pure Barre. So no dance required.
So tell me what kind of results I'm going to see.
Right away, you should see results in about 10 classes. You'll start to see tapering through the waistline and the midsection, and then you'll start to see a lot of tone through the tops of the thighs, the backs of the arms, and the core. What we try to achieve are long and lean muscles. So.
Kind of like Pilates or ballet.
Yeah, loosely based off of those, more of a fitness approach to both of those.
Is this the only location, or there are other locations around town that are convenient for people all over the city?
We actually have 3 locations in Columbus. So this is the Grandview location we're at now. We have the Dublin location and the New Albany location that just opened.
Well, tell us, how can we find out more?
If you go to purebarre.com, there's lots of information there.
Well, look at the color and quality of this sweet corn, and there's only one place you can get a great deal on this, and that's Utzi's Farm Market. We spent a little time with Greg learning what's in, learning about the sweet corn. Well, Greg, it's good to be back at Utzi's Market, and I'll tell you, this place is bustling today. You got a lot of things going on. Of course, we see the sweet corn behind us. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Right, sweet corn's grown here. We're picking fresh every day. Look around at pricing. We're $4 a dozen. There's nobody touching that price. You buy 5 dozen or more, we're at $3. The corn quality is great this year. The flavor's great. Today we're picking bicolor and white. Good combination.
With the weather that we've had, that's probably why we're seeing the crops that we're seeing, right? I mean, it's been actually pretty decent weather.
Right, yeah. When we're seeing temperatures in the 80s and rain, it gives the sweet corn great flavor. Now, something that is hurting, as we talked about last month, evenings in the 50s. I mean, last night we were down right at 50 degrees out here. Kind of stops everything from growing, but it does add to that flavor.
Yeah. What else you got fresh in the market?
Well, right now we're still into peaches out of South Carolina. About a week we'll move on to New Jersey Red Havens. Good quality peach from there. We get a few things from Bear Mountain. We'll start with some apples and some peaches there. Winding up blueberries, about a week yet. That's been a great...
They look good. I walked through there and looked at them.
They've really had a great crop up there, good quality. Now, everybody that comes out here, you know that we will freeze those and we'll sell those same blueberries year-round.
It's amazing to see just the amount of people. What do you think drags people out here at Utzi's Market?
Well, I think people, this day and age, they want to see where their food is grown, number one. And it's one of those things, if we're not growing it here, I'm dealing with people that treat their farms just like we do. We're very aware of how things need to be done. We're very careful with our spray patterns and things like that.
Well, what are your hours and how can they find you out here in good old Plain City?
We are 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and we're just south of Plain City off of Route 42 on Converse Huff Road.
Well, we've all heard the word digital, but do you really know what it is about when it comes to hearing aids? We talked to Greg Van Horsen of Absolute Hearing Solutions to learn more and why you may want that digital technology at work for you. Well, Greg, you know, I've had a lot of people approach me and ask me, they said, you know, is really Absolute Hearing Solutions that good a deal? And I said, it is an incredible deal. If you're looking for hearing aids, you got to go see them. Give us some reasons why that is.
Well, the big difference is we just have the same exact hearing as everybody else, and we don't charge anywhere near the same price. I mean, a lot of people can play around with prices. Well, we charge this. Well, we charge the same price. Well, it's like going to get in a car, spending $20,000 in a car. Or are you getting a Cadillac? Or are you getting a Chevette? I mean, it's the same type of thing. So whenever you're comparing hearing aids, you want to get the model number and the actual manufacturer so that you can really compare what exactly are you getting, because there is a big difference between manufacturers of what they have. Some people focus on these bands, which are equalizers. Well, just because you have a 16-band hearing aid and it could do all these functions, I can get a 5-year-old hearing aid that's a 16-band hearing aid. So it's what is actually in the chip, how fast of it is. Right now, the new technology is comparing like the 2014 chips in computers compared to the 1995. So there's a huge difference in how they manage speech, and noise is a big part. The old hearing aids were basically designed to help you understand or just hear things. Now the new ones are designed to help you understand speech, which is a huge difference.
You know, speaking of that, you've got one of these new miniaturized, and it is digital. Let's show the folks that.
Okay, yeah, this one right here is these are called Invisible, and what these are 100% digital. There's another brand out there that also does a deep insertion hearing aid, but those are analog, and you really can't control the features on it too well. And these are 100% digital, and what they are is they're called invisible hearing aids. So people that really don't want anybody to see them. I've had people from 94-year-old lady get them to, a gentleman came the other day who was 51 and sells insurance and doesn't want anybody noticing that he's wearing anything. And that's really what that market's for.